I paid for it. I think it was on discount, but it was worth every penny. Look at how many bubbles it puts out. Awesome! What? I bought 4 of those. I bought 4. The other 3 are still in freezer. You cannot roast these whole turkeys. They're way too big to do that. It would take too long, and that's why they were on discount. Because when they get that big, people are silly enough to think they're not worth buying. But it's just meat, people. It's good meat. I'd say migration has begun, wouldn't you? I love having 2 dogs again, and they're being so cute. This is what puppies do. See? See? All day long. All day. All day long. See, when I talk to myself, I know that I'm only pretending I have a visitor. It's very amenable company. Discusses the topics I want to discuss. I do most of the talking. I'm starting to see what they're saying about the xolo quintles. I didn't really understand exactly because it was all spoken in whispers, like, you know, well, we don't want to insult these beautiful dogs, but you know, they have their own personalities. They're sensitive. What other things did they say? Well, you can look it up online. They hint at this, but what they really mean is these dogs are born with high anxiety. They have been struggling with high anxiety from a very, very early age in life. And I see it in her. Sometimes when she's trying to relax, she'll look like she's cold, curled in this tight little ball. So we were like that just now. So I went over and I just comforted her. I just calmed her and comforted her. Now you see she's more relaxed. Because things make her anxious, and I cannot necessarily know what or why. These kinds of things do not necessarily have to be traumatic when you're a highly sensitive, as people like to say, a person, or an anxious or high-strung. That is my favorite term. Strung like a piano, you know, high-strung. These are both high-strung dogs. I'm a high-strung human. Are you kind of high-strung? Little nervous around the edges? Oh, don't get scared now. That's the thing. We're all very high-strung, and I understand it. So I'm okay that my xolo is high-strung. How many high-strung dogs have I raised now? I've had a few. I think I understand what to do with her, and I think she's going to be a really good dog. There's something cool about reading. You give your body a really good rest without either being bored or doing nothing, sitting idle. The downside is you get a lot of double chin action. Oh, with any luck, I won't have to come back here for firewood after the weekend. I've got a guy coming with a quarter cord in a pickup truck. This winter is a great time to find out how cold can it be that I can still live in the bus. So there's the campground. I'm going to show you a shot of it with the fall leaves falling because it's kind of pretty. Get him. Hi. What you doing? Get it. You having fun? Are you having fun yet? Get him. What?
Hugs. Good girl. Here, go get it. I can't reach it. You got it. Now I can reach it. Good girl.
She's learning to hug. Puppy has reached that stage. You know, having my car go down for a month, I was determined to face it as though it was merely an inconvenience. You know, I lived until my 30s with no car. I'll get where I need to go by bicycle, I'll sort it out. But now that it's running again, what a relief. Wow, what a luxury. What an amazing miracle of modernity. I'm so glad my car's working. Sometimes I sit around and remember living with roommates. I really miss them.
Throw the ball. Throw the ball. Come on, throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it. Wait a minute now. You're gonna sneak it up on me. I'm gonna be ready. Well, you gotta throw it already. I want that ball. You will make it throw. Come on. You're teasing me. Throw the ball. You gonna throw it now? Look how well behaved I am. Now you'll throw me the ball. Come on. I'm being a good girl, I am. Throw the ball! Hey. You know what? We haven't done for at least like a whole I know it's been at least 30 seconds. We haven't played fetch, so throw the ball. Come on. Throw it. I need you to throw the ball. You're so mean to me, teasing me like this. I love the smell of my ball. What are you doing now? Haha. Get back. Get back. Give it back. Get back. Give me that thing back. Throw it. Throw it. Throw it. Throw it.
So this is some of my canned broth with dehydrated turkey in it and some salt. Real simple. Dried turkey from last year. I'm going to make some more. And then I'm going to crack 3 eggs into it once it gets good and going. I'm going to have a cup of green tea and an apple. And that's my lunch. It's simple fare. One might even say bland. But the broth has a richness to it that really gives it that kick. Puppy. That's the next step. Crashed out from one of her 4-hour naps. 12 hours at night and 2 4-hour naps. Wow, today was busy. I cooked a turkey and cranberry sauce, put away the cans of broth from yesterday, did my usual everyday chores, and drove Dan's new van to drop off the laundry room mat key because I forgot it when I was doing laundry. And then I went to a friend who's not feeling well and brought some of the turkey and some of the broth.
And I'm like, coolorama. Busy day and I'm not exhausted. I think I'm tired. I was able to start the fire from last night's coals, and I have been able to cook everything that's hot that I've eaten today on the stove. Sometimes it seems like every vlogger out there is doing food. For breakfast today, I cooked my eggs and bacon on the wood stove, which I started with last night's coals. And it was about 3 in the morning, I decided not to put more wood on the fire, because I was laying there, shirt off, no blankets, sweating. I overheated it in here. So this morning dawn's cold and windy, and there's still just enough coals left in the stove, and it got hot enough to cook my breakfast, which is eggs and bacon. Then there's sliced orange, kombucha and coconut water, 16 ounces of filtered water, cold brew coffee with almond milk and maple syrup, and for a treat, some of yesterday's cranberry sauce. That's what's for breakfast today. Keeping warm. It's peaceful in here. My only battle in here is with the cold. I do battle the cold. The cold comes in at the ends. Comes in at that end. And at this end. The windows are pretty much covered. The ceiling, it has to radiate cold. You know, it's not bad. And these parts here are decently insulated. You cannot feel the cold. It's just the ribs. I keep thinking that maybe I'll get some felt and tape it on the ribs to help insulate them to reduce the transfer. Well, I'm rather pleased with this, I must say. Yeah, you can tell it's made out of scrap. Don't worry, it'll eventually get painted. Somebody's trying to get me to play. See, this thing here? She keeps bouncing it at me. Like, play with this. I bought this in Vegas for the hotel room, and it's been sitting in the gazebo ever since. So today I was poking around in there, and this was in my way, and I went, oh, why don't I take it in the bus and use it? No risk of carbon monoxide, no fuel to replace. So when the stove's not hot enough, I can finish my tea that way. I also, because I was doing that, went, well, hey, you know, let's get the old toaster oven. I replaced this with a bigger one, and this one's still good to go, and now I just plug it in and I can use it as a toaster oven here in the bus. So if I'm plugged into shore power, you know, I have use of these electric cooking bits. So that's worthwhile. Here's another trick. Heat goes in the top, cold comes out the bottom. Now, if you don't have air moving in both directions, it will create its own little wall. So I've now blocked where these blankets connect to the ceiling using double-sided tape and this piece of fabric that I've had for a long, long time. Winterized. There you go. Well, I used the hot plate today to cook my breakfast because the stove just wasn't working fast enough. However, I make cold brew with a French press, and I wanted hot coffee this morning. I want a hot beverage. So I just put it in a tin cup and stuck it on the stove, and I'm just letting her heat up like that. Breakfast time. Oh, and I made it to the blood test clinic for my blood test, only to find that they don't keep this at the front desk. I kept it in the house. Try again in 2 weeks. Here's the thing about the blood test clinic. I'm supposed to get it done on intervals. One bright morning, I headed up there,
empty-stomached, and so I don't function on an empty stomach very well. Usually just enough to make breakfast. I get up there and they've moved a clinic. Well, that's all I can take. So I come home, give up. Then my car broke for a month. So this is the second time I've tried. This time I found the place. I almost didn't, but I did find it. Yeah, so I think next time I will successfully get my blood test.
This will be the last file in the video, therefore this is the end cap. I will fill you in on what's been going on. Yes, I'm in the bathtub. I'm having a nice bath. My hair's all washed and soapy. The dog had a bath. I've learned to use the wood stove well enough that I'm not using all that much wood. So I picked up 3 more bags to get me through the weekend, and a guy's coming by on Saturday to dump a 1/4 cord of wood. I have no idea how much that is. He said 20 below. I don't know if I could do 20 below. I think I'm going to get chased out of there at 10 below. It was 5 below overnight, and it was getting a little chilly in the morning, but I mean, it wasn't bad. It really wasn't bad. I'm really happy with that. I also got my letter from the hospital today. I got my letter from the hospital in the mail last night. They want me to call. I'm going to get my appointment to have my top surgery. And that means it's probably very, very close. I don't know. It's just the one with the pre-op letter. I wish I had a clinic that was, down the block or something, like close. Walking distance. That would be really, really nice. I just get on my bike, pop down there. But this driving across town to get my blood test is just frustrating. So I'm going to try and stay in the bus as long as I can this year. It's good practice and good learning.